Howdy everyone, Nimby here. Today we're going to be tying a silver ant. Pretty much the same as the red ant we tied earlier, but silver. Now we're just going to bring our thread back to the just between the point and the barb there. And we have a nice red scarlet tail on this one. Yeah, nope. As I drop the feather. Of course, ants don't have tails. This is more of an attractor part of the pattern. But we're going to get it in at the gap height, which is almost the working length of the shank here, to be honest. Yeah, I like that. That worked out well. Just want a little red shuck out the back. That's actually sitting real nice. Go with that. There. Our next thing to tie in is going to be some black ultra chenille. This is a standard. To me, this is more of a small. I'm not sure if I put an old card in there, right? Rewrapped an old card, but definitely looks a bit on the smaller side than standard to me. But not quite a micro, so it's an older small chenille. You can use peacock for this part too, perfectly fine, I would think. The black just kind of stands out with the silver really nicely. There we go. And I'm not going to tie that up quite yet. Just going to get my silver ready here. You can use either flat silver tinsel or silver silver uni French, which is what we got here. Actually, I'm gonna wrap this first part first, and I'll tie the uni French in. Just gonna tie it in first, but let's go this way. You only need like 2 to 3 wraps. That's perfectly fine. We want to just go a little bit past the point, like we did there. So maybe a hair less than you do on a coachman. Okay, for this one we're using let's grab the right spool. Oh, and the spool's upside down and coming apart. 1 second. Come on, buddy. Okay, 1 second. I can't do this one hand. I gotta put this other piece down. Really? Wow, you really don't want to get spun back up, do you? That's good. There we go. Sorry guys. So that's uni French and medium silver tinsel. And we're just gonna tie in about a hand width. And we're just gonna be wrapping this up. We're gonna leave a good bit. Let's see, where are we here? Where's my half hitch? I'm gonna leave a good bit up front, so basically about the end of our half hitch tool, because we're gonna put in a wing, and then we want to still have room for a head. We're gonna wrap this like right up, kind of tight into that chenille. There we go. It's probably gonna want to spring out on us. There we go. Just gonna hand wrap this. Probably should have varnished that down a bit. I'm thinking about it. So yeah, I think we'll be good. Make her work. And this doesn't have to be thick. If you wanted to, you can thicken the body up a little bit with thread. But that's perfectly fine. Okay, we got a wing of, in this case I'm using white roe deer here. We're not putting in a whole lot. Like, this is just representing the kind of meek little wings that the ants have. So about that much. And I'm gonna hand stack this. So like throw my hand stack across the desk. Actually, I might be able to actually stack this in the hair stacker. Let's go try. It's pretty light stuff, but we'll see how we're sitting. Just gonna try and get rid of some of that underfluff. There we go. See if it's stacking. Hey mate, just 1 second. Hey, show flies. Yeah, I decided to do a late stream tonight. Kind of stacked. Didn't really turn out how I wanted it to, but I think it's slightly better than it was. Find out Zach here. Yeah, that stacked about as good as I was expecting it to. Okay, so I'm gonna pull the longer stuff out, lay that in the stacker. Really, I only need. Hey, how's it going? Really, I only need this bottom tuft anyway. I'm gonna get rid of this. Yeah, I haven't done a late night. I personally prefer the late streams like this, but I just they don't fit into my schedule as much as I'd like them to. Alright, so we're gonna put this down. I want this to end. They have a good sized wing on them, so maybe like mid tail. So I'm gonna back that up just a little bit here. Yeah, I'll say like mid tail like that. Try and do a pin trap here. keep it on top if I can. This stuff is really poofy. It's almost like calf tail. Almost. Calf tail's super annoying. This stuff's just minorly annoying. Alright, there we go. Going to gently... Wow, it's sticking to everything. There we go. And gently cut that off before we make a big mess. Okay, we'll make a little head, and we're going to stick some starling on either side of it. It's supposed to be jungle cockeye as the original feather to use for this, but I don't have any, and using it for something like an ant just seems like kind of a waste, to be honest. Cheers. Hopefully you guys are having a good night. What was I doing? Yeah, jungle clock. 1 second. They're itsy bitsy weeny teeny, and they're floating around on my bottom of my desk here. Hey Valhalla, you done your stream already? I was watching you while I was eating some ice cream. No worries, I appreciate you popping in for a bit. Sure you guys have done it already, but if you don't mind popping a like on the stream for me. Ooh. Oh, that was close. I almost dropped it in my trash bin. Whew, that would have been bad. Just trying to get my stream back up. When I was messing around with that horizontal vertical streaming, I really hosed it, and I'm trying to get it back the way it was. Kind of wish I left it alone. Alright, so we got our starling feather there. This is the closest thing I got. Hey, good for you, mate. Wow, you broke 150. Good for you. That's awesome. Yeah, it really starts to kind of take off once you hit the 500 mark, and then again, well, from what I've seen other people, it seems to pick up again after 1,000. Then it kind of slows down around 2,000. Although your mileage may vary. That looks good, eh? I like that. Now this one's kind of damaged on one side, so I'm gonna leave it a little thicker on this side. Kind of compensate for it. And sometimes that fluff just wants to stick to you. Yeah, that was that must have been some kind of like small electric lathe or something for. I haven't seen one that small before. That's pretty neat. Well, I can promise you that it will at some point. Thanks, Trout Flies. I appreciate it, mate. I know I'm not gonna have my normal crowd in here because we're up so late. But who knows? Maybe get a few more new people dropping in. It'll be what it'll be. Oh, that's the one you were talking. Okay, that makes sense. That's pretty cool, and you can make all sorts of small stuff on that. Yeah, good night, Trout Flies. Yeah, that must have been where you got all the I want to call them gauges, but I don't know if that's the right term for them. I'm guessing they are gauge, so you're gauging thickness on them. So you're showing them off there. They're cool. Yeah, you probably want to have your own spot for that kind of thing. You don't want it being bumped around, having to throw it in a cupboard or something. For an ant pattern, I'm kind of surprised it doesn't have any front legs or anything, but it is what it is. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's very true. Yes, that's true. I know he used to pop into my streams all the time. Where I went to mornings and he's sleeping. Lazy bugger, he should be working 24/7. Hey, Luca. Insomniacs unite. Alright, that one's it. I might do a bunch of different patterns up tonight then. This one went really quick. And we're only what, let's see how far are we in? Yeah, only 20 minutes in. I'm liking these hooks too. They're pretty sturdy for size 8s. That snapped on me, but I think it snapped in a good spot. Or friend. Hey Pacific. You were over in K-Fish's stream earlier, eh? He did good for you know, his first week of streaming. Kid's got some skills. I hope he sticks with it. That's the test though, right? Anyone can do it for a week or two. There you go. Yeah, I finally got to catch a Valhalla stream. I'm normally working or asleep when you're streaming. And most of the time when I'm working, I can catch a few streams because we're allowed to watch streams and videos and stuff while we work. Yeah, he's really good. Trips is really good too. I don't think he's got the subs yet to stream though, but he'll get there. Hey, thanks, Luca. I appreciate that, Luca. That's my little goal for the evening. There you go. That's all good. I meant to put it to anything for the goal, but it's all good. And then when I went to change it, it's like you can't change it without removing it, and then I was just like, I don't want to go and redo it, so I'm like, I'll just leave it like that. But yeah, I normally set it to like any amount. So I will consider my goal completed, and I thoroughly appreciate it. You're an awesome dude, and I appreciate all the help that you guys throw my way that way. You need to go to bed. It's like late, man. What are you doing? My doggo's just staring at me. I don't have any food. I don't have any food. I'm tying flies, man. I don't have any food. It's all good. Like I said, I'll consider it. I'll consider it met. Yeah. So that's it. That's the fly. Really simple. I kind of mucked up the belly there. Now that I'm noticing, I didn't spin it around. Say I missed a wrap or something. It's kind of weird. Or it jumped on me. Oh well. It'll just catch blind fish. Yeah, we'll call it teal. Okay, I'll do my little spin and spiel on that guy because he's pretty good. Besides the belly thing, I don't know what happened there. Obviously wasn't paying attention. Looks good from the side though. Okay, let's see here. You don't even need to go outside. You're just being a whiny baby. And in the vise we have a silver ant. This is tied on a size 8 regular size hook. Has a red hackle tail, a black micro chenille body for the butt, silver uni tinsel, and white roe deer hair for the wing with a starling hackle or starling feather on either side for the eye or the shoulder. Wonderful little ant pattern. We tied the red ant earlier, which is the same thing with the red body. So, yeah, add a couple of those to your box. Excellent little pattern when the flying ants are around. Very little thing. Alright, we're back. Hey, Yoshi! Thanks. Yeah, well, everyone gets their own animal. Which one are you, by the way? I customize them so everyone gets a different animal. You are kind of a purpley pink. I don't know if you're a leopard or a bear. What are you? One second, let me find out. I don't think I've had that animal before. Let's see. Let's put you over here. Sorry guys, give me 2 seconds here. I'm just gonna. Are you okay with that animal? I think he's kind of cool looking, to be honest. Yeah, you okay with that animal, Pacific? I can change it up if you want something different, but I think that's pretty cool. I think it's like a hyena, maybe. Not normally, but tonight I could. I don't have anything terribly planned. I was gonna do a skunk next, which is similar to an ant. I'm gonna let my dog out, though. He's driving me nuts. He needs to pee. Be right back. I'm gonna throw on some pre-recorded fly tying for you guys while I let my dog out pee. I think I'm tying a rogue fly there. Thanks for the sticker there, Yoshi. I appreciate that, mate. Really do, honestly. Oh, blue damselfly. Yeah, I can do one of those. I don't have any of that. That's all in my foam kit, and I keep all that for the extended bodies. I don't have any of that handy. I make a number of really cool blue damselflies, actually. Just waiting for my dog to finish up here, and then I'll let him back in. Looks like he's gonna take a minute. We'll just keep going. And we're back. Magic. I need to get one of those screens for transition. Okay, yeah, so there we go. That's a little silver ant. You guys want to see another one of those, or you want something different? Well, you guys decide tonight. I don't really have a whole lot of plan because I was just kind of jumping on. Yeah, we get lots of damselflies are one of my favorite little bugs around here, actually, and like they'll come in off the lakes and they'll stay in the long grass in my yard. When you're walking through, they'll just be fluttering all around you. And they're kind of like not different is good. Okay, we can do something different. Give me an idea. What do you guys want to see? I got some longer shank size 8s here. I got a long shank, maybe a 10. A rock fly? You mean like a stonefly? I'm not sure what you mean by rock fly. Trying to find a cork I got some room in. I need to get some more corks. This one's got a little bit of room. Yeah, he looks like he'll fit there. There we go. Bink! There, let's get you in frame. There he is. I could do... Yeah, I could probably do a stonefly. Yeah, stonefly? Okay, sure. Do I have hooks that'll work for stonefly, though? That's the question. Okay, give me a sec, Luke. I'll get some, I'll need some biots and stuff for stonefly. I got some in my desk here, though. I'll grab them. Just waiting for my dog to finish outside. Looks like he's done. Yeah. Oh, I mean, same difference, whatever. Stonefly, rockfly, right? Alright, be right back. Dog wants in. Go lay down. I think these would actually work. They're a little smaller than what I'd normally tie one on, but I think they'd work. They're size 8. Nope, these are 12. 12! Okay, we're gonna go small. Go, get out of here. He's trying to steal my squirrel tail. I think he's a little mad that I'm not in bed. So, Dad, what are you doing? You normally sleep. There, he went and laid down. Okay, so you guys got a nice kind of bend to him and a long shank. It's got a really tight, small hook, which actually makes it good for like the brook trout, because they don't generally open their mouth a whole lot, and they'll just nail the back of the fly. So, ooh, these are wicked sharp too. Holy cow, that's. I'm gonna have to be careful with that one. Okay, you got. Wow. Okay, that's not in there. 1 second. Obviously, a little bit smaller than last hook. Yeah, any preference on color there, Luca? I'll have to dig out material, so it can be kind of whatever your heart desires that isn't crazy. Okay. Yeah, I would normally tie this on a 10, for sure, or an 8. I like mine to be pretty beefy, so this is a little bit small being a 12. But if I was fishing them in one of the creeks around here, this is exactly kind of hook and size ideas. Because they work really well for the small mouths that the little brook trout have. They just tend not to open their mouth a whole lot. With a lake trout, will just whoop and just swallow the things. Okay, I can do that. I could use like a traditional Canada Goose turkey bite. Canada Goose bite, not turkey. That's like a gray color. We can go. We'll go that gray color theme. Maybe black or brown for the overwing. Maybe could do some dubbing for the body, but let's see. It's black chenille. You have to let me dig for a minute, man. Ooh, I found some scud back. That might come in handy. Yeah, I got some gray muskrat. That'll work. Really? I didn't think they were, I thought the rainbows were more vicious little things. Okay, I got lots of black. I want that gray color though. I know I have them in here. I was just using them. 1 second, I had to pull this open more. I was just using last week. It should be fairly on top here. There they are. Okay. So just want to make sure I'm on the same page as you. Because I can go either way because I got kind of both colors. I could go this kind of sandy orangey yellow, like a beige, or I could go, these are like natural Canada Goose gray. Hopefully you can see them spread out there. Which way were you thinking? So I can work the body either way. If you're gonna say gray, I got those ready. No worries. That's okay for you? I'll take that as a yes because I'm pulling out of the bag. We're gonna go gray. I'll do a brown one for you after if you want brown. like early season here and late season, oddly enough, both, they turn this kind of gray slate color. Yeah, it's true. Like especially early season, they haven't colored up. When they start to color up and they go like a root beer brown, which I had a hoot of, I tied up, I don't know if I have any sitting here. Yeah, and I think they do for like most parts, right? Okay, so try not make too much of a mess of my time bench here. We'll try and keep things somewhat organized. But since I got some gray muskrat here, we'll use the muskrat. We'll do a muskrat dub body. I like to have mine with some big old honking rear tails. So they always seem to get nipped up real bad, so I always feel like I get more productive fish on longer tails. They always end up breaking and fish biting the end and that sort of thing. Yeah, these work really good for this. And they're just Canada Goose flight feathers, and I strip them off. Get tons of them in the park when we go walking and stuff. Canadian Cobra Goose is everywhere. That most of the spring and summer. I like to get my tails I like to get my tails almost as perfect as I can. Just a personal pride thing. That's pretty dang good. I'm happy with that. Tell you what, Luca, when I'm done this one, I'll send this to you, okay? I've been having luck since all the tariff stuff kind of been fading away a little bit. Not as crazy. My mail's been getting out. I got one out to yeah, for sure. So I was saying that's why I like them having a little bit longer. You get a couple more fish out of them before they get eaten right up. They just don't seem to work as well once the tails get eaten off. Okay, so we'll call that half. I'm gonna tie we'll tie a ribbon halfway up. And then what do I got for rib material? Oh, cool. I'm gonna go for a bit of. I don't need that much. I got a smaller chunk here. Since we're going gray, I'm actually normally I'd use like a copper, but I'm gonna go with this silver, just to rib that first part of the body. Oh yeah, yeah. I didn't go this year. Well, I went. Like I got lots of video. I just didn't actually go fishing. The runs were really weird and late. Like the river I went to had no salmon, not a single one. We spent 6 hours walking up and down all the way from the bridgehead all the way down to the mouth of the lake, and there wasn't a single one. And then we went about 2 kilometers more north, and there was gobs of salmon in that river, and they were only like a couple kilometers apart. But yeah, I got some videos. If you look back in my shorts videos, actually, I'm pretty proud of it. I don't have to toot my own horn, but I got some videos of them spawning there with my underwater cameras, and I don't know. I mean, they are just salmon spawning videos. But yeah, check out those the couple shorts. You can scroll back on the shorts, you'll see them. They're live action spawning videos of the salmon there, and they're honestly probably like some of my favorite videos I've ever taken. Not just for YouTube here, but just in general. It was just really cool to be right in there with the fish and having one of the fish actually came up and bit my camera. So it was pretty cool. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not putting down jig tying, but yeah, fly tying is just in general more technical than jig tying. Yeah, I get thousands of salmon swimming right by my place. And I grew up on the North Thompson, same thing. Every year we get salmon, so I kind of take it for granted just because it's just something that happens every year like clockwork. I don't fish for them as much. Like if I do fish for them, I'll go all the way up to like Clearwater, like 3 or 4 hours north. And all the fish that are up there, the 3 hours farther away from where I live, they all had to swim past my house to get there. So I can catch the same fish where I live. I don't have to go that far north. But it's just, it's weird to catch a fish that you could literally walk up and just pick up out of the river. Like they just, they're spawning, they're docile. You can literally just walk up and just pick them up out of the water. They don't, there's no challenge to fishing for them when they get here. The challenge is when they're trying to get where they're going. And that's a lot more challenging. I'm actually just gonna take a quick bathroom break and grab a drink here, guys. So I have to grab some other material too. So I'm gonna throw up my pre-filmed live for you guys while I'm gone for a minute, and I'll be right back. I need to grab some scud back for the backs. But yeah, I'll be back in a moment. Enjoy. Doing up a Renegade tonight. It's a classic imitation, not imitation pattern, tractor pattern. What I just tied in there was just it's hard to see on the camera, but it's a gold mylar tag. Just goes into the bend of the hook. And now we're going to tie in just a regular red-brown rooster acro. You'll want to have it about 1.5 hook gap length. I'm going to bend a 90 to the hook and just clean up a few of these stray fibers. those two. Just getting a couple errors from YouTube there on the stream quality, so let me know if it's cutting out or anything on you guys. Looks okay to me. Going for 4 tight wraps around the shank here. I think I'll get one more in there. Yeah, when you're cutting off hackle like this, probably the easiest way is just to open your scissors just a little bit, like that. You're not really going to cut with the scissors, but you'll put it into the groove, and then making sure it's... Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to grab some other goose feathers too. Just grab this random bag of large goose feathers, so should be roughly the color we're looking for. You can use that for thorax cap and different things. That one there looks pretty good. I'll grab that one out. Alright, that's going to be a minute later though. And get the rest of this body tied in. So I'm just using this gray muskrat. Where'd the goose spots go? Yeah, this is gonna need some Abdomen wax. I'm not sure if I got your email or not, Luca. But yeah, hit me up. My email's in the doobly-doo. So hit me up with your mailing address, and I'll send you out a couple flies anyway. Might only do one of these. We'll see how it goes. This is my premium muskrat too. It's the gray poupon muskrat. Super fluffy. Yeah, I don't get to see you in the mornings as much, so now that we're having a night stream, I can actually tie you a fly. Probably got way too much on there, but we'll see how much this densifies. There you go. Yeah, I've had some luck getting some through on letter mail now, so cool. Yeah, I did that with stickers for a while. When I was doing the moto vlogging, they like to send stickers. Alright, so I got a nice, real super tight little noodle there. It's probably too long, but I might be able to actually do the whole body here anyway if it's thin enough. Yeah, it's early for a lot of people. Don't feel bad. Just works the best for me because, you know, kids are still sleeping, everyone's still sleeping. I can chill out in the morning and do my thing, have a nice tea, relax. It doesn't, you know, interfere with my work or anything else going on. Actually, that worked out dang perfect. Look at that. Okay. I'm gonna do, let's go overboard with this and throw some wing buds in there too. I'll need to grab a hen cape out. That's not overboard if it's for Luca, right? So I can find a nice gray colored cape here. I'm not too far if you're talking about for BC. Yeah, I'm not too far from the Okanagan, a couple hours from there. I don't think they get a whole lot of salmon out Okanagan way, but they might. I guess I could use a grizzly cape, because that's kind of gray. Sorry guys, I'm gonna have to do some material digging for these because I don't have everything on hand. Let's see if that's gray. That's kind of more brown. I know I got one or two really nice gray chicken capes in here. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's money. Are you gonna be too big though? Huh, those are beautiful though. Hey, look at that. Let's see if I got something slightly smaller, but I think that's gonna be our cape. Okay, yeah, I could see that then. They'd be in the Okanagan. They'd be more in the South Okanagan though. So that would be a good like 5 hours away from me. That'd be almost close to the border. Yeah, I think that might be our cape, Luca. Or actually, we could go with this dun. Actually, that might match better. We could go with a dun neck cape. Depends how buggy. Yeah. So what are you thinking? Dun gray or more of a brown for the... These are just going to be for the wing buds. You got a preference, Luca? Your call, mate. Which one? The light gray probably matches, honestly, like almost exactly. So if you want it more matching, or we could go with like a contrast. It's just going to be for the wing buds that are sticking out. Either one. This one here? Okay, cool. I did too, honestly. It's a beautiful little cape. I forgot I had it. Probably a good thing, or I would have used it up by now. Okay, cool. Good, because I don't have all the exact materials, so it's probably gonna end up being a little contrasty. Okay, I need to get a couple fairly small ones out of here, though. That's the problem. These are all a good size. I'll see if I can get a couple out of the bottom of here. That might do. Yeah, you might do. Okay. There's our first candidate. Let's see if I can get number 2. Same spot. Yeah. A little hair bigger than I'd like it to be, but we'll make it work. Okay. I want to get my good tools out for this, but they're kind of buried under everything. I think I'm gonna have to here. Just finishing off my fresh cut. Alright, hold tight. No, especially down where you are, that's whatever produces, right? Alright. Oh. Sorry, dropping my stuff everywhere. Okay, so to do these not properly but well, you can do them by hand. I find that this works better, especially if you're doing a bunch of them and you want them consistent. Alright. What's that? Okay, I need my... Sorry, mate, it's gonna take me a minute here. There it is. Haven't done nymphs in a couple weeks, actually, oddly enough, because I normally tie a ton of nymphs, but... Okay, so... This thing works a treat for doing wing buds on a nymph. And the stoneflies, at least up here anyway, probably do down there too. The stoneflies up here have pretty reasonable wing buds on them. You take a metal thing from a Ink Joy metal pen. They have the blue. The rest of the pen's blue. And the vast majority of 1.25 or 2 millimeter, you know, Canadian and everything, knitting needles or crochet hooks will fit in there and then stop just perfectly. So you can see the hook is stopping like just at the rim. So it makes it really easy to grab and pull it through. Now we're going to want to strip off all the fluff on this. We can leave a little bit of the fluff there just as like a guard. We'll be cutting it all off anyway. Depending on the type of wing bud you're making, you can strip off one side of it too. If you're going like really small. Yeah, I should probably cut those guys too. Alright. If you're lucky, this will hook in here. There we go. Oop. Just as I say that, I dropped it. There we go. It'll pull it through, and it'll make your wing buds out the backside. I mucked it up here because it popped off the hook, but try that again. It's just an origami wing, so you can do this in your fingers. But if you do it this way, I'm just gonna grab the tip here. There we go. Arrow near. Kind of shredded it. Well, we'll see how it looks when it comes out. If it's okay, we'll use it. If not, I'll grab another. It's gonna all get folded up anyway. Yeah, now it broke. Might be able to use that end of it here. Let's check this here. Yeah, actually that might work. So that's what a wing boat will look like on the side there. Hopefully you guys can see it okay. It'll just be like a little dude sticking outside. Very subtle. But I totally forgot that I need to do my segmentation wrap first, so got ahead of myself. Yeah, well the hen feathers they make really good Wally wings, I guess is the technical term for it. Not sure who Wally was, but that's what they call him. The hen feathers make really good Wally wings, but they are a little on the soft side. That's why they make. There we go. Got a little silver in there. Give it a little flash. I know that's really not traditional for this pattern. Like I said, I normally use like a copper or a brass, but since we're going with the gray theme, we'll do silver. Alright, yeah, and I think I kind of overly butchered that feather, but you can see how it's bent over. So your wing would be the top part there that's bent. But yeah, I completely destroyed that one. Yeah, they can be. I find them fun, but they can be definitely a pain in the butt for sure, 100%. So again, we're gonna try not to wreck our feather this time. Let's strip the fluff off. These guys are super soft, mostly because I'm pulling it from the bottom of that cape where it's already kind of been a bit damaged. These would be a lot more robust feathers if they were kind of more central on the cape. But yeah, I'll kind of slowly switch up, like as throughout the season. I'll switch from like silver to bronze to copper, because as the spring turns to summer, they turn more brown until they get to like a root beer brown, and the copper shines real nice. Okay, so we want to do that kind of like you're going to be tying in a soft tackle. Try this again here. I swear this trick works most of the time. Of course, when I'm trying to show it, it wants to be a booger. Yeah, nice thing about this trick is that it makes consistent wings, because if you get the same size feather-ish and you're snapping it in the right spot, then it'll be pretty consistent. That's where you thank him for. Oh, sorry, 1 second. And normally, I think I have it in the right angle. There we go. Good night. Have a good day, Yoshi. Appreciate it. There we go. See it slowly being captured in there. No, it's really just I'm screwing up. Well, that's all there is to it. Like I said, I haven't done these in a good couple weeks. After you do a bunch of them, they... Really, I thought I had it far enough out. Okay, I guess not. One second. Once I do a couple of these, I can get them no problem. But this one's being a booger. Alright. I think these might just be a little too small and too soft for this setup. Works awesome for like Hackle. Like slightly longer feather. We'll get to work here, don't worry. I'll just do it with my fingers. Yeah, I was planning on going back out to that river after the, well, I guess not failure, it's not really a failure, but after the run didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. There's one done by hand. Same idea. Tweezers make the job a little easier. So we're just going to put one of those on each side. Like right there. Just like that. See, little wing bud. Tiny little wing. I'm not going to cut those off until I get the other one in. Guess I gotta adjust it. Of course I put the whole cape back in the bag, so one second. So we destroy the first one. Yeah, going Lucas style, I'd probably be doing these wing buds in like chartreuse or something. Yeah, it's all good. I did wing buds like this by hand for eons until I saw someone do it with a the end of a glue, like an Elmer's glue bottle. Then I was like, oh, dude, that's smart. That's way easier and consistent. So then I was like, I don't have an Elmer's glue bottle kicking around I can take the lid from. Yeah, exactly. So instead of Elmer's glue, I just grabbed the end off of a pen, and it just happened to fit my I was actually trying to clean it out with one of these, and I'm like, oh, that fits in like absolutely perfectly, and then just started doing it with that. Yeah, it's always worked well for me. Sorry, these guys are really small, so they're a little bit on the fussy side to get together. Normally, most of the wing buds I do this size would be. I thought about doing that. Actually, that's not true. I have done that, but not for the reason you're thinking. I have done that because I used to do commercial photography and filming, and they use Elmer's glue for commercials because the camera picks up milk as blue, and if you add Elmer's glue to the milk, then it'll show up white. So all the milk you see in commercials is actually Elmer's glue. The more you know. Night Pacific, thanks for hanging out, mate. I appreciate it. Okay, now let's try and get those wing buds just a hair better. The one is a little bigger than the other. Let's see if this will let me pull it just a smidge. There we go. Yeah, that's looking pretty good, Luke. I'm happy with that. I'm going to tie this in a little bit so we can get a little more bulk up here, but I want to cut that end off. These would make kind of cool feelers out the front, but they're way too big. But yeah, we used to add Elmer's glue to all the. I did one for Dairy Queen, actually. I did a commercial thing for them, and yeah, we added glue on everything. It was hilarious because it's like, God, that's gross, but it looked good. Yeah, for whatever reason, I don't know why milk. Not so much on digital cameras, but back then it wasn't digital. Milk shows up like a blue haze on film. I don't know why. Yeah, in hindsight, I probably should have cleaned this up before I tied that in. That's good. Well, we're going to use an old farm trick since this is going to be a Luca fly. There you go. I think it has something to do with how the light goes through the fats in the milk or something, but it was funny. We had a lot of fake food on those commercials, so. Okay, so that's pretty good. I gotta tie in all my, where'd my feather go here? Okay, so I want to do feather first, then. Do you like to have like a scud back on yours, like the plastic scud back, or do you want to just use the straight up goose? So I got clear scud back if you want. Scud back on the top. We could do that. You got a preference? I could just go with straight up goose on top. It won't be as durable, but it'll match nice. But I could do goose underneath and then the scud back on top. Which is... Okay, cool. Well, we can do that too. Don't bother me any. It's just for the wing cap. I'm going to be taking a good chunk out here because this is... Yeah, it's all good. I'm going to take a good chunk out of here because the... It's not really like the right feather for this. I should probably use this side. What side's a better color? Let's see here. Yeah, I'm going to use this side. It's a little darker. Yeah, I generally like for my clear scud back, that's what I'll do is I'll use a feather underneath it because it gives it the rigidity, the texture, you know. Yeah, we're gonna use this gray. I took a little more than I normally would because I'm gonna kind of tint it and fold it in half here. Because I want it to be thicker and I want it to be a little more robust than that. Because normally I'd use a feather like 5 or 6 feathers up from that. That's a little, you know, more robust. But this will work. This will work just fine. This is actually going to be nice. Kind of happy you came up with this idea. I haven't tied one of these in a few weeks and I really like tying these. Do you do a single wing cap or several on yours? I got enough space I can probably do 2 on this. Didn't fold over quite the way I wanted it to, but I think I can make that work. Yeah, it's a little more on this side than that side. Single? Okay, I can do that. Yeah. I'm a hair more on. I was hoping it would roll, but you can see it rolled on this side the way I wanted it to, and then not quite as far on that side. But I don't think it's going to make any difference really, to be honest. Alright, let's get some legs tied in, get the body done here. We're going to get some nice thicker ones from the middle here. You want horns out front too? I'll tie those in right now if you want them. I generally tie horns on the ones I tie for other people, but for myself I don't put them on. Alright, we'll give you some horns then. Oh, do you want horns or not? It's up to you. If not, I can just tie him in his legs. Don't mind either way. I just find they always break off and they seem to like interfere with my line, and I think they're more for fishermen than they are for the fish. Yeah, thanks for subbing. I appreciate that. We're here almost every morning. Normally I'm in the mornings. But at least once a day we do a live fry tying stream. Okay. In that case, I'll tie them right after I get these legs in them. So I want to get them in. Oh, I see. Okay, no worries. I'll get you some horns in there. For my bottom legs, I like to have them down a fair bit like this. Mm, 20 flies. Well, depending on the type of fly, they can be, but like your average price of a fly is about $3.50 to $6 kind of thing. Yeah, and to the right fisherman, they're going to be worth more. That's kind of just your going rate, about $3 to $7. Depending on the material, you know, and how long it takes to do the fly up, who tied it. And we'll tie those biots in a little bit just to bulk that up there here. I like my thorax is on a little bit on the bulky side. Because here they're really beefy, and I like to put big old eyeballs on mine generally. The ones I fish myself. I don't really have that to do here though, unfortunately. But he's like 80-pound mono, and I'll melt the ends, color them up with Sharpie a little bit. I don't have any of that handy, I don't think. I had some like 5-pound mono, but that's not gonna do it. That's very true, yep. Yeah, if you have a smaller amount like that, you're probably better off selling them if you can find a cheap fly box to throw them in. People would be more apt to buy them. Not necessary, but you probably have a little more luck with them. Yeah, it can. I like eyes though. Unfortunately, all my eyeballs are, or my material to make eyeballs is all underneath me, and I'd have to move my camera and everything to get to it. So, if I knew, I would have. Yeah, dang, I'm happy with those, eh? Yeah, those sprayed out pretty good. Yeah, that's true. You can get even like $2, you can get a box. It's the ones I use to send out flies to people. It's almost cheaper than just sending them in cardboard, really. Okay, so we're gonna do a little thorax bump, and then we'll tie in the second set of legs here. Just gonna get these guys tied back. Yeah, I'm really happy with how those horns laid down. So if I do tie horns in, I like to tie them like that so they're just, this one should go over just a hair there. But I like to tie them so they're just on top of the hook eye, you can see. So, because I find if I tie them, like some people like tying them on the sides more, but I find that they're not supported and they end up breaking off really easy. So this way, when you tie your line in, it also helps to keep your line kind of stable, because the other thing I find with them that annoys me is they'll kick your line out left or right, so that, it'll be swimming sideways almost. But if I am gonna fish them, like, that's the way I like them. They just seem to work better that way and last a little bit longer. Although they're, like I said, more for the fishermen. But if you're gonna display box this, then I may as well put them on there and make them look nice. Alright, let's get some more muskrat on there. Where did I put my... One second. Come on, dubbing wax. Where's it hiding? It's not like it's that small. Man, stuff just wanders off my desk, I swear. Oh, it's right next to my lighter. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I have to admit, this is really, really nice muskrat. If I'm tying like, if I'm tying Adams, like gray ones, then I'll use this stuff. Yeah. Like I said, as cool as they look, and they do look cool, don't get me wrong. As cool as they look, I find they just cause me more trouble than good. If presentation's off, in my opinion, you're more likely to lose fish than you are catch them. Okay, that might be a hair much, but we're gonna find out in a sec here. Nope, that's not really tight enough. Yeah, that actually worked out right well. There we go. Okay, we'll get those second set in there. Yeah, I really appreciate you suggesting this fly. I'm really enjoying this. I haven't tied one of these. Yeah, no, I like your butterfly flies. And your like mothy looking ones. You use pheasant on those, don't you? For the wings? I think it's pheasant. Looks like pheasant. There you go. Yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen you tie one, but yeah, who doesn't? It's like my favorite bird. I can only tie with one skin of a bird, it would be a pheasant skin. You can do so much with them. There. Hopefully this makes it to you in one piece. I'm sure it will. I'll wrap it up good. Anyway, man. Alright, last little bit. I think I need a whole lot in there, just a little bit, cover that up. And it's just a beautiful bird. I mean, like, you got everything from soft hackles to tails, legs, and wing material. You can tie all gobs and gobs of stuff with it. Well, I need just a little more than what I got here. Come on, buddy. Why are you sticking to me and not the thread? Seriously, come on now. Yep, one good red rooster and a grizzly hackle, and you're golden. You can tie all sorts of stuff. If you can't tie it with that, you probably don't need it. Okay, how if I can get this tied in without interrupting that head. Okay, I just pull those two little fronds out. I know it looks like the head's buried on this, but I know it looks like the head's buried, but you can get your hook up underneath. So I'm not actually burying the head. It's just the, like I said, the style I like to do with this, with these horns, to stop them from busting off, because they're actually laying across the top of the hook eye. It just helps to hold them in there. Okay, moment of truth. We'll see if I got this good enough. Oh, she's looking nice. Okay, good. So worried I messed that up. I think I got it. See if I got that in there enough without interrupting those two. Okay. That's all good. It's not actually blocked, it just looks that way. But I found it was like way more stable and they lasted a lot longer if they were tied like that. Okay, now I trim that off. I like to trim them like this. Go mid-thorax. A little bit of an angle there. Just like that. I like to leave a little puff. Okay, now we try and get the half hitch in without destroying the thing. do my half hitches before this, but I want a pretty head on it. Guess I could have used a gray thread as well. Here we go. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Just gotta fix a few of the legs went a little cattywampus on me. But looks like I did catch that just a bit. Yeah, overall she's good. I'm happy with that. I really like it, like, this one's a little bit off, but take a lot of pride in my bites. Like if I get the, just like this, where it's lined up, I can see it more on the camera than I can, but like the two tail bites are just perfectly covering each other, so they're hiding each other. And then each leg, same thing. And the two horns. It just makes me so happy when everything lines up like that. And they're just, you know, hiding each other. I know no one else is going to ever care about that besides myself, but... Oh, good, because that's what I used. But like you said, contrast. And I normally do use black because they have their eye stalks and they have like a hard carapace around their eyes. And their head is quite large and black. Even if they are light gray, it gets darker up front. And I really think that that helps to do that. But yeah, normally right at that point there is where right before I pull the, I tie the eyes in right before I pulled that top cap back. But you can also tie this with folding that back and forth a couple times there, like over where the second legs are. I'm just gonna put just a super light whiff of head cement on that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. I really wouldn't change a whole lot on that. I like the colors, I like the contrast with the slight brown that the goose has. I got my camera set a little on the dark side today because it was overexposing. Yeah, it does, yeah, exactly. And that's where I tie the black eyes in anyway. Yeah, and even though it looks like the, I'll get my bodkin so you can see, because I've had a few people complain when I tied them like that. That the hook eye, or the eye was, but you can see it actually goes right through fine. It's just feathers that are in the way, right? So you just kind of push them out of the way. Guard hair there. Alright, well I may as well do a spin and spiel on that one because that turned out good. That's going to be, I'll turn that into a short. Well, in the vise we got a size 8 stonefly. This is tied with natural goose bites for the tail and legs and horns. The body is muskrat. It's chased up with some silvery French uni tinsel. We have some just regular chicken hen for wing buds. Some more muskrat for the body and thorax area with Canada goose quills over top of the thorax. Wonderful little fly. This one's going out for Luca. Gonna mail it out to him probably tomorrow morning. Excellent little fly. I'm really happy with how that turned out. He really happy he gave me that as a suggestion because I haven't tied a little stonefly like that in a good couple weeks now. Make my heart happy. Thanks, Luke. I appreciate it, man. There we go. I'll throw that up as a short. Yeah, I'm happy with him. That's a nice little. I'm gonna have to use those hooks for nymphs because that turned out real well. It's got just enough, curve to that part of it, and the hook's pretty shallow. It's friggin' sharp though. It's like cat claw sharp. Kind of surprised how sharp it was because they're not like super quality name brand ones or anything, but in my opinion, they don't have to be. Caught tons of fish on off-brand hooks. I'm gonna have to let this dry before I put it in a package here, though. Where did that bob go? This guy? Yeah, I got room here. Ugh. Here's some yellow stoneflies, just by chance. Here, tell you what, I'll send you one of those too. You want a yellow stonefly? Oh, here's that guy I was telling you about. This one here. It's not really a stonefly. I think I tied it more to represent like a dragonfly nymph. But this little brown dude, I gave like 3 of them to my fishing partner up here, or one of my fishing friends, and he got 3 fish off the dock before he even loaded his boat in. And he was just nailing them all day on that thing. And it's just simple. It's like I was just bored and I was just whipping some up, and it's just brown elastic band actually, like that friendship bracelet or elastic band for the body, all the way up to the thorax, and then some brown scudback and brown thread and some rooster hackle, and then just brown biots out the back. Yeah, I mean it doesn't have to be. Good hooks are good hooks though. I mean you can't knock them for what they are, but like you don't have to spend a stupid amount of money to get a good hook. But if you'll actually fish it, I'll send you that brown one. It's not like a show fly at all. It's just a fishing fly. It's not tied to be. There she is. We'll let her sit there for a bit just for the head cement to dry, and then I'll package her up in a minute here. Yeah, those are more like I said, very late season, like when the grasshoppers are out, because they also kind of imitate a grasshopper a bit. But that time of year when the grasshoppers are going nuts, like late summer, at least here anyway, um, they work real well. Yeah, like I said, I'll throw that in the box or in the envelope. I can't send too many because I got to keep the weight to a certain amount to send it as letter mail. And if there's too many in there, then they'll get crabby and say it's not a letter. But I've had luck sending like up to 2 or 3 flies without any problems. Well, let's see what I got on my desk here that I can tie up now. Yeah, but I was having fun with that. You okay if I do another one? Or you want something else? Yeah, if you're gonna fish it, I'll send it to you, because it's not like a pretty looking nymph or anything. It's ugly, it's all get out. It's just a brown nymph, but it was fire up here. I was like, holy man. Like he took videos because he was taking a video of him undoing the, launching the boat and everything, right? And he just decided to take a few casts. And each cast, like as soon as he was pulling it in, he got a fish. And then the next one he got a fish. And then he got like a 3.5 pounder right off the boat launch. It's like, dude, I need to tie more of those. I knew they'd work, I just didn't think they would be that good. Yeah, he sent me the videos, and it's like, wow. Okay, I'm gonna have to go try that there. Thankfully, it's only like 5 minutes from my house, so. Yeah, you're okay. I'll make. I can do another one. I got everything here now. May as well. Yeah, I figure if there's only like one or two little flies in there, I don't have to worry about tariffs and duties and all that stuff. Okay, cool. I got everything on the bench now, so it's easier. I don't have to go digging around. I don't have any of that ready. I'd have to move my camera. All my pheasants behind my camera. Not that I can't move the camera, it's just really hard to get it back in the same spot, get the focal point the right way, and the lighting, and you know, da 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 da. Come on, you bugger. I like to pull them out at the same time when I'm cutting them off, and it's just not staying where I want it to stay. Here we go. Yeah, I bet it would be. And it obviously works for trout. I was kind of blown away by his video. Like, 'cause he sent me the video, he didn't give me any context to it, right? And he just sent the video like, "Hey, I got some fish on your flies." And then like I watch him catch the one fish, and then he's like, "Whoa, that was cool." And he just casts back out again after he dumps the fish in the water. It's splashing around and everything. You figure it's gonna scare the other fish. Nope. As soon as he casts it out, boom, second one. I was like, "Whoa, that was really cool. Wow, this thing's really working good." And then his third cast out there, and he's like, "Whoa, this thing's a tank." And it was like 3.5 pounder right off the dock, which is really good for that lake because they're not that big in that lake. You can almost walk across it. It's only like most of it's like 7 to 15 feet deep kind of thing. It's not a deep lake. There are some decent sized ones in there, like that one. You just gotta find them. I'm just gonna take a quick break here, get a drink, and I'll be back in a minute here before I tie these bites in. I'll throw my pre-recorded on there so you have something to watch while I'm gone. Ooh, I ate a whole bunch of spicy chicken wings and they're not sitting well. I'll be right back. That way you won't cut any of the other hackles. Let's see if those two on the end there will decide to behave before we're done. They're not that bad. I think I'm happy with that. So, pretty simple fly, besides the tag. Tag would be like an old school version of a hotspot. And we're just gonna get some peacock for the body. For the tags, I like to use either Flashaboo or hair extension mylar instead of the fly shot mylar. Comes in all different colors, super cheap. If you're using like your regular fly tying gold silver mylar. Oop. I'll pick it up later. If you're using your regular fly tying shot mylar, it's a lot more dense and doesn't like to bend and wrap the hook nearly as well when you're just on bare shank like that. But the flash aboo and the hair extensions are designed to be wavy and flowy and stretchy, so it'll wrap around the shank much better for you. Oh. For peacock, good tip with peacock is just to grab the end. These are extremely brittle. You just use your fingernail, bring it along, and it'll break right at the right spot. Wherever it breaks is where you tie it off. And most of the time that'll serve you well. No guarantees though, it's peacock. Catch it in right up to the hackle. Get 3 or 4 wraps back there. Back up to about a bobbin width. My head. Try not to capture that hackle in the first couple of wraps there. And just gonna twist the peacock a little bit, stop it from splaying. Lost tension there for a sec. Let's try that again. You can use up to 3 strands of peacock or even more depending on fluffy your peacock is. This stuff isn't too bad, so I'm just gonna go with 2. Let's use that hack just to get those last couple of wraps in there. Locking wraps, give it that time. I've seen some variations where people will chase this with a copper or gold wire too, just to keep the peacock from coming apart. Hey, I'm back, Luca. Actually, sadly, I don't think it was anything to do with the spicy chicken. I think it was I bought some locally made pepperoni and I ate a bit too much of it. So that's what happens when you get homemade pepperoni, right? Can't just have one or two. Mm. Okay, let's see here. I want that to be. Go like that. No, I know. I love it too, but it's just like, man, ever since I hit like 40, stuff just eats me up now. No! Oh, bugger. I dropped the bite and it disappeared into. Oh, there you go. We got lots more. Still technically a matching pair because I'm grabbing its friend. I know, tell me about it. Man, as a teenager, I could eat anything. Like a Gerber eater. Still am, I'm just Gerber eater with side effects. I've actually used up a good chunk of that quill there. I think I need just a little bit more of a thread bump on there first. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I like it to spread out a little bit more than that, but we'll see if we can get it to. I know I've showed this trick 100 times, but you can feel the ends of your biots better than you can see them. At least I can. But your finger will bump them when they're exactly the right distance. And that's always been a really good working trick for me. There we go. Do 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 do. Do do. Yeah, these hooks have like a real nice curve to them. I mean, they're not quite like a scud hook, but that's very true. I mean, you can get them. I mean, up here they're more like on the creeks and everything. It's all good. Oh my god, I was fighting autocorrect so much today. It's not even funny. When I was in K-Fish's stream, I was trying to give him advice, and it was like misspelling everything. I was like, "You stupid thing! AI is gonna take over everything." My butt can't even spell stuff. Where did I put it? There we go. I don't know, Luca. Maybe enough. Normally I'd tie this in the full body length, but I'm gonna tie it in closer to the tail here. Might end up with a little bit of a tail lump, but I don't think I got a long enough piece for this. I'd cut a new piece, but I don't want to waste this. Let's tie it in nice and tight there. Yeah, I think we're good. It's just it's a little bit beat up right there, but I think we'll be fine. Now I got one down and a bit of a groove here, and I got all my tools out, so... Oh, let's actually bring that back. I wonder what Wapsie puts in their dubbing wax. Oh, it definitely has beeswax. Yeah, it'll be fine. It's not that bad. I wouldn't use it if it was junk, but it's just the part where the I just stuck it in my, you know, the little slit in the come on, brain, make the words. Little slit in the spool that you pull it off of. Damaged it a little bit. Normally I'd tie that spot in, but I think by the time I wrap that this nice stuff will be pretty much all I'm using. Yeah, kink and wire's not any better. I feel like that's probably too much. Yeah, well, let's give her a try and see. I can always pull it off if it is. This stuff dubs like a dream, though. Yeah, so nice. Yeah, this is 100%. It's actually muskrat from Arkansas area, of all places. It's got ridiculously fine underfur. Most ours are harvested in the winter, and they have thick underfur then, but it's a lot more coarse. Not like ridiculously coarse, but compared to this stuff, you can see like the crazy tight little noodle I can get. And I've wrapped it on there pretty thick. I'm sure you can see how well it just cords down. Really nice stuff. Try not to get too much by the tail there to interrupt it. Yeah, I had no idea it was this much softer. I just figured, yeah, I've heard it was better. Yeah, like ours are like way denser, like the amount of hair you get in the, northern muskrat stuff. It's like the under fur, it's still super fine, like don't get me wrong, it still makes a good dubbing. This stuff is just like, I don't know, it's like magic how it goes on there. It's just so soft. Just gonna do a fine hackle call or hackle pliers for this because it's shorter in case I gotta go right up to the end. Just in case. But I think we won't even get to that damage section by the time I get it wrapped up. I think we'll be just fine. Yeah, it's a Savage Fly song. I just get a kick out of that when it comes on. I feel like I'm ripping them off. I mean, it's just a copyright-free music. It's not his music. You know what I mean. I'm sure you see his stuff. CNC. Alright, let's do that. Well, there we go. Wasn't much left. We got by with just that little hair left. But we made it. Always makes me feel better if I'm not wasting material though. Yeah. No, yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not, like I said, I'm not putting them down whatsoever. It's, I like them too. It just kind of tickles me whenever this song comes in my playlist. 'Cause I'm like, hey, it's Savage's song. I feel like I'm ripping off his stuff, but I know he didn't, he just picked it when it was out, right? It's not like he like owns it or anything. Yeah, everything worked out really well. It's a good sign. Better than bad sign. Okay, let's get these legs tied in. Right about there. I really try not to, especially like the natural material, because it came from an animal, right? I try to use every little bit I can. And it's not the cost, I mean, like, especially for things like biots and that, it's like, you can get thousands of them for $1. But it's just like, it came from a living creature, so I want to make sure that it gets used proper. Yeah, I've been there. When I was younger, when I started tying, it just blew me away that I could just find like cheap or like almost free material. Just blew my mind. Had no idea. Or that I could get material from like outside of a fly shop. That blew my mind too. There we go. That's pretty good. Just gonna bring that one down a bit. That's better. Yeah, there are two things I remember the first time I saw someone use as tying stuff, and it just blew my mind. The first one was someone was using was little boys' underwear, because of the size. It was like, you know, young kids' underwear elastic band that you'd buy for. Yeah, it's made the same factory, man. Yeah, there was a lot of prejudice. But thankfully, one of my mentors wasn't prejudiced at all, and he showed me so many cool things I could do. And it just like lit a fire under me. I was so happy. I made shrimp out of like Ziploc bags and like straws and all sorts of stuff. Made me so happy. One leg just doesn't want to quite sit low enough. Yeah, that's better. It's not perfect, but it's better. Alright, let's get the wing in. Yeah, this is like legitimate Canada goose from Canada that I picked up myself. Is that gonna be too much? I feel like that's gonna be a hair too much. Oh, I wish they used to sell them here, but I haven't seen them in years. But yeah, I used to like, there was like a Christmas one that came out at Christmas. It was green, and you get red ones at Valentine's Day and stuff. Ooh, that didn't pull as well as I wanted it to. Let's see if I wrecked it. Hopefully it stayed together. Yeah, kinda. I did damage it a little bit, but guess I didn't have as much pressure on it as I was thinking I did. That's it. I'll make it work. Yeah, the first thing he showed me was this like rubber band material that you stick inside of underwear or inside of sweatpants at the sewing store. And I was buying Scudback, like, you know, the same as this stuff. In a little baggie just like this. And I'd pay like $7 or something. And he showed me I could buy it at the thrift or at the fabric store. And I get like a spool of stuff. It was like, I don't know, 2 pounds or something stupid for like $14, like a lifetime supply almost. Yeah. Yeah, semi doubled this up. I probably shouldn't have actually cut that piece off because it would have been the perfect size, but what do you do? I did not measure correctly. But that's pretty dang close, so I'm gonna roll with it. That'll do. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay. Let's get a little dubbing on that, and then we'll throw our next ones in. Yeah, and it just blew my mind that I could buy something that was like one of my more expensive materials. I could just buy it at like a craft store. And then they showed me a trick where I could tie scud shrimp. Actually, I have some here. Tied a week or two ago. These ones are using scud back, but we used to just cut slips of, what do we call it? Ziploc bags, you know? The thicker ones work better, but you could still use the thin ones. Thicker ones just work better. You could cut them and use them as a scud bag for scuds. And it like blew my mind. I was like, what? You mean I could use my lunch bag? Of course, now I'm hunting everywhere for different types of plastic bags to find like the best type of plastic bag. Nope, getting ahead of myself here. Actually, yeah, I should tie these in. I should tie the horns in first. Yeah, but I find if I tie in the horns in, and I lay them across the hook eye, just across that wire, it stops them from being pulled under. And it supports them. And the fish don't destroy them nearly as fast that way. It still has like its downsides, but yeah, just like that. So it's just on top of the eye on one side and the other. There's different tiles. Yeah, that's true. I picked up a roll of that. I didn't know what it was at first, actually. I just found it at a thrift store. It was like there's 3 rolls of it. One was yellow, one was orange, kind of orangey color, and one was like a olive green. No! Dude, why do I keep dropping them? I don't know if I can pick this one up. I'm gonna try it. Ugh. I find the polyester's a little on the stringy side. Ugh, man, I need to clean the wheels on this chair, getting full of. Yeah, that's true. You can get big spools of that stuff super cheap. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That's pretty even, eh? That one's a little thicker, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, it's a little bit of body wrap. And 2 more biots. Oh, okay. So like the you're talking about like the same kind of ribbon like you tie a party balloon up with, right? Or you curl for a present with like some scissors. Is that polyester? I'm assuming it is just by the way it's kind of made. The fly? Yeah, it does. I'm happy with that. So far. Not there yet. Dang close. I'm getting a lot better at judging like how much dubbing I need to. For a long time I'd always put way too much or too little. Now that I say that, I'm gonna either have too much or too little, but nice thing is you can always add some or you can always take some off. It's not a big deal one way there. Really? That's cool to know. Because my fly tying mentor had a buttload of it, but I never saw him use it for anything, so now I know what he might have used it for. Yeah, he had rolls. I think it would too, because it seems to have more like linear stranding, you know, like it's got some substance to it, right? Where the other stuff is, and it doesn't have the, it seems to have more structural strength, I guess, lack of a better way to say it, you know? Or the EP or whatever other kind of plastic they make the other stuff out of, it's just continuously floppy. I'll send you 2 of these. You can box one, you can fish one. Hey K-Fish, we were just talking about you earlier. Your stream went really well, mate. Keep at it, you're doing good. I'm assuming you've already subbed to K-Fish, eh, Luca? I would think so. Put this up on the side a little more. Come on, behave yourself now. Alright, like the last piece I need to get in there right. There we go. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Just doing up a gray stonefly nymph for Luca here. Yeah, he would, wouldn't he? Okay, that's pretty good. Shoot. Still like the odd guard hair like this in there. Always the cows. It's all good. There'll be more, right, K-Fish? You'll get your little group. They'll show up. Just gotta keep at it. If I'm free, I'll be there to support you. Why are you popping up so dang high now? I had you like perfect. Not good enough. It's not just good, it's good enough. If you say so. Alright. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's looking good. Mid thorax right there. There you go. Canada goose picked up and harvested by myself in Canada. Can't get much more Canadian than that. So put like maple syrup on it or something. It's a fitting fly material for you. Yeah, I was actually watching a video that this guy put together, me and the wife, and yeah, and that was his problem too. And we were just having a hoot watching his videos because he did this like montage. He does cows and goats. He did a montage of like all the male goats running into him and knocking him over, and the cows doing the same thing. And it was just like, oh man, buddy. Yeah, just like humans, animals can be jerks too. Yeah, I'm really happy with this one. It's not, I don't know if it's just as good as the last one. Made a few slight modifications on it so it would fit spacing a little better, but these two front legs are giving me a little bit of problems. The one keeps dropping, the other one keeps going up. Yeah, overall it's a nice fly though. I'm happy with that. It's not absolutely smack on perfect, but their legs are just off just a hair, but it's dang close. I like to try them getting them like absolutely smack on. Really, when it's cooler, I figure it'd be worse when they're hot. Really get grumpy when it's cooler. I don't like to put much head cement on these because you don't want to get it in the muskrat, but it does help with the durability. And I do like that black underneath, like the little black collar on the front. And I've always thought like this little bump here when you fold it back, looks a lot like an eye stalk too. So, but that's if I had mono eyes, that's exactly where I put in. Okay, I was thinking the opposite, but that makes perfect sense. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that one. Alright, I'll do another little spin and spiel. We'll see which one works best and make a short out of it. So just be a second. So in the vise we have a gray stonefly. This is tied on a number 8 hook. It has gray Canada goose biots, a gray muskrat body chased up with silver oval tinsel, and a thorax made out of gray muskrat and Canada goose flight wing tied over in a thorax. And it's a wonderful little pattern. This is going to go out to Luca. He's the one that suggested it for me tonight, so it's going out to him. I really appreciate the suggestion. Excellent little pattern. I love tying stonefly nymphs. I'm really glad he suggested it for me. Really made my night. I really enjoyed tying these. Great little pattern. And it's mostly Canadian, eh? There you go. There you go. Once that dries up, I'll just remember to shoot me your email address or your mailing address so I can send it out to you. I think I've sent you flies before, didn't I? Maybe at some point. I feel like I should have. If I didn't, I definitely should have. Yeah, I'm really happy with both of them. I'm perfectly happy to send those to you. They're not smack on perfect, but I mean they're pretty dang tight. I'm happy with them. I love working with biots. But getting them so like you got them perfect like that, so the front and the back legs and the horns and everything line up. Yeah, no rush at all. I won't be sending them out till tomorrow anyway. But yeah, getting them so all of them line up perfect like that. Oh, right, that's what it was. Okay, my brain was saying I should have sent you some. That's what it was. And yeah, he just got them. I know I don't think he's in the live anymore. He's probably finally went to bed, but yeah, he just got them the other day. So he did receive them, so yay. Yeah, I need to do more giveaways. Honestly, if there wasn't so much tariff junk, I don't want to get into that, but if there wasn't so much of that right now. Yeah, I really try to get the symmetry down. It's not necessary, fish don't care, but it makes me happy. But my eyeballs are petering out, mate, so I'm gonna call it a night or a morning or whatever. Normally I'd be waking up right now to get my normal stream running, so I'll get a couple hours of sleep and run my next stream in a few hours. But don't have any work, so I'm gonna sleep in for a bit. No kids. Nice quiet morning. Can you go hang out with your friend here? Then you're gonna go to Luca. Yeah, I think that was a good choice, and I appreciate you being honorable and stepping down for him. Well, there's the two of them. Oh, we didn't put wing buds on that one. I forgot wing buds on that second one. Oh well, you got one with wing buds and one without. I think the one with the wing buds was just a slightly tighter tie anyway. But there they both are. I know the wing buds are like a very small detail. Most people don't put them on, but I like to. Ugh. Yeah, I will. Thank you kindly. I don't even think I'm gonna put all my stuff away. I think I'll just leave it out and all. I can. It depends on the pattern. Like, I could definitely whip these off like way faster than I'm tying them. I'm doing this for enjoyment, right? I'm not filling a box or making orders or anything. It's nice to be able to sit down, not rush, have a chin wag with you guys. Oh, thank you. I'd like to do some like hyper realistic tying too, because I really enjoy doing that, but it takes a long time. Like some of the patterns I do are like 3 to 6 hours for one fly. Ugh. Or longer sometimes. But I'd like to do that. I do like really nice like bumblebees and dragonflies. Beautiful stuff. It takes a long time. Okay, mate. I'm gonna call it. I think we're at how many hours are we at now? Almost 3 hours. So I'll call it, grab some sleep, and we'll see you tomorrow. And these will be out to you. I'll send them out tomorrow. I'll as long as I get your address anyway, I'll send them out tomorrow. They'll be dry by then. Alright, thanks for hanging out all. Appreciate it.